they pressured us a lot last year. They came after us in a lot of different ways. And we just felt that their coverage, you know, they were young, and it was a different group of defensive and secondary people, and we knew what they were going to do this time. I think last year, you know, we kind of came out and we're unsure what we were going to play against. So through all that, you know, they put everybody in the box and stopped the run, so thus they opened up our passing game, and then Pat and DP, and you know, just the play calling, the guys were wide open on day one.
Coach, film study on Monday. I'm trying to think whether it'll be. I know there are always ways you can improve, but when you look at some of these guys, leading rusher, Matt Stratton, you know, DP, I mean, with the breakout, I'd imagine there are going to be a lot of people wearing smiles and joking a little bit, as well as learning from this game.
And that's why, you know, the most important thing from this game is it does. When I say it puts closure to last week, it's been a tough week, and we just don't get over that. As much as we were going forward and talking about it, it was a part of every meeting as much as things to learn from. So it's hard to feel that way for a week. And, you know, that's why these guys, it's nice to see smiles on their faces, to make the plays they did today, to enjoy the game, because quite frankly, it was a tough week to go through all that.
Mark, given his hit some tackles and he plans to put Hogger on defense next week, get some good hits out there.
Yeah, well, he's probably taking out frustration. So. But, you know, and I think Billy went through a tough week, and you know, we're honest with these guys that this is what we need to do to win, and this is what happened in that particular game, and including the kicking game. So, and Billy took it the right way, and he's worked hard this week. And I think there's some things that I saw tonight that we weren't doing the previous week. Just I was watching the ball get up and things like that. So, yeah, Billy took it the right way. He took the coaching, and he took the everything that was thrown at him, and he handled it well. And then he came back today and did well.
Can you talk about your overall defensive effort other than the 83-yard bomb early? You pitched a shutout.
Well, I was very pleased with our defense, but I was very concerned because this quarterback was maybe one of the better ones we played all year because he had such great speed. And when he breakout, you saw the speed he had. And very pleased with it. We wanted to keep him in the box, in the cylinder, as we call it. And if he started breaking away and started running around, that's when he caused us a problem last year. And they actually had the ball 15 more minutes time of possession last year than we did. So we knew he was the key to their offense, and we kept him in check. And the other one was 11, the receiver, was a great player. And we just want to make sure we rerouted him so that we could get a rush with the front. We're very pleased with our defense. LJ had a great intercept. You know, we played well, but we learned a good lesson today on that flea flicker in the first play of the game. It's similar to what New Hampshire ran out of a different formation, and similar play to what Iowa ran, but we batted that one down this week. So great lesson to those young corners to learn early.
Was the margin surprising?
Margins, there's no question it's a surprise. This was an excellent team. I mean, they had a chance to beat us last year. I mean, we scrambled to win that game last year. I just remember getting on our heels, and you know, so the spread of what we ended up winning by did. It surprises me still now. Our offense was so effective. The key to this game was the offense. We kept them in check, but the offense kept them in check because they got so far behind that they had to go to. They became one-dimensional, not because of the defensive front, but because of the score.
You're 1-1 now, maybe not quite the way you expected to be 1-1, but you're 500 going forward now. What does a game like this do for the team now? As you said, putting closure on the Iowa.
It lets us go back and watch the film. The key to this game now is we've got the second half. We played the majority of our second and third team, so now we've got a great evaluation on those. I think B.J. Ray and another freshman, Singfield, but he played last week. We took red shirts off those guys to get them reps because we think we have a good team, but we're going to have to use those freshmen to make it a great team. So we've got film now to evaluate, good film that those guys got on the field. At the same time, you know, we made plays against a good football team, and there's something to grade on and something to grow from.
A couple of individual performances stuck out today with Grace, 7 total touchdowns, and the DP behind it. He was receiving.
Well, DP that was a great. You know, you can see they weren't really focused on DP. They were looking at everybody else from the previous week. And DP the previous week was ready to play quarterback most of the time. So, you know, we had planned to play him at receiver the entire camp, and that's what he's been training for. But, you know, with what happened, he ended up being our backup quarterback last week, so he didn't have quite the role maybe in that game. And then we lost Collins. That makes DP a lot more of a factor in what we're doing. So I think that with the loss of Collins on that Wednesday due to the ACL, this gave Skylar Ort, and you're seeing DP Hyman, those guys are stepping up now and making plays for us. And then BJ Ray's going to have to sooner or later. He's the freshman that played tonight for the first time. And Terrell Sinfield, the other freshman. So those guys will all have to take on a very prominent role as this season goes forward.